amazing movie year. So far, so good. This year has brought amazing movies. Today on Popcorn, I have popcorn here, just in case you think I forgot. So I have popcorn with me, and today on Popcorn we will be talking about the top 5 best movies that came out in Nollywood and the top 5 best movies that came out in Hollywood, because we've had an amazing year so far. It's the beginning of a new quarter and we're looking forward to so much more. So just before we go into talking about the next set of movies that will come out in the next half of the year, we're going to talk about the 5 best so far for Hollywood and Nollywood. My name is Ejiro Omoigiade, and welcome to Popcorn and TSLNigeria TV. We'll go on a short break, and when we return, we'll talk about the movies. For Nollywood, and I'm starting with Nollywood because Nigeria for life now. Alright, so first of all, on the first set of movies that I have, we have number 5 as She Is. She Is came out March 15th this year, and it's an amazing movie because we had musicians like starring in this movie. Now it's just super exciting because they brought their whole, I love the whole movie. I love the fact that Waje was the star actor. We could see her doing her thing in this movie. Now one of the parts of this movie that I really liked was when, after all that's said and done, you know, successful woman, she has everything, she has money, and then you realize that the guy you like is actually in love with somebody else. And not to top it up, he actually is getting married and is telling you to plan the wedding. Wow, can the day get any better? As if that's not enough, she gets home and then her gatesman is telling her that he also got engaged. Now this is an amazing movie, and this is one of I think is my 5th best movie so far for the year. Alright, so we'll go to my number 4 movie. My number 4 movie is none other than Delivery Boy. Now Delivery Boy is an action movie. It was really exciting to see that we had when I first saw the trailer, I was like, oh my god, this is something I am definitely going to watch. We had upcoming stars like Jamal Ibrahim, Jemima Osunde doing their thing. Now, one of my favorite parts of this movie was the church scene, where he comes and he wants to see his mom, and then there's a guy that wants to come and kill him, and then the whole action fighting just starts. I'm like, oh my god, is this a Nigerian movie? Anyways, that was the most exciting part for me. If you haven't seen this movie, I am still certain that these movies are still showing in the cinema right now, especially Delivery Boy, because it just came out May 24th, so it should probably still be in the cinemas. You should still go and see this movie. Alright, so on my number 3, I have none other than Gold Statue. Now, we'll talk about Gold Statue as one of the movies you should go and see last week. Now, I love Gold Statue. Gold Statue is a search for money, and I love money, so there's a search for $500 million worth of gold statue. It was just exciting. Now the whole thrill of having star actors like RMD, Gabriel Afolayan, we had Shola Sobowale doing her thing. This movie was just exciting for me because we could see so much drama, so much intrigue, so much action, so much, and it was just super exciting. Now this movie came out May 17th. It's something that you should definitely go and see. It's something that you should definitely go and see. It is still showing in the cinemas. You should check it out if you haven't seen it, and I think it's something you would definitely love. Now this is my number 3 best movie so far. On my number 2, I have one of the movies, when I saw this movie, I was like, oh my god, there's so many actors that I loved growing up as a child in this movie. It's none other than Knockout. This is a Wale Adenuga production movie, and we had Saka as a boxer. And you remember how we all love how Saka can be very funny. Now Saka was being beaten by someone that is way bigger than him. Now this is another quest for money. Now this money matter is a serious thing. This is another quest for money. And we also had Shola Sobowale in this movie. We had Segun Arize. We had Jide Kosoko. We had Chiwetalu Agu. We had so many of our stars in this movie. We even had Kind the Drunk in this movie doing his thing. This is something you should definitely go and see if you haven't seen it. It came out April 19th. Now this movie was just, for me, was all for the laughs. There was so much drama, so much comedy, and so much more you should go and see. If you haven't seen this movie this year yet, you should definitely go and see it. So I have a very interesting one for number one on my number one list is none other than 1929. Now, this 1929 movie is about the Aba riots in 1929, the Aba women riots, I beg your pardon. And this movie was talking about, you know, how the women stood up to the colonial masters at that time. Now, this is something you should definitely go and see. There was so much, I felt the movie was real. Every part of the movie felt real to me. You know, every scene. We had Ireti Doyle, and then we also have our famous Sola Sobowale in the movie again. This movie is so real, and so you could feel the passion, you could get the connection to this movie. It's something that is one of the best so far in this year. So far we've been talking about the top 5 movies in Nollywood for this year. These are the best 5 I have. Now, you could have something else. You could comment on comment box and let me know if you have any other beautiful Nollywood movies that you have seen this year that has been good so far. We're going to talk about the Hollywood movies, the best top 5 Hollywood movies, when we come back on a short break. Don't go anywhere. Talking so far about the best 5 Nollywood movies that came out this year, and on my number 5 I had She Is, where we had Waje and Omaumi starring in this movie and just doing their thing, you know. And then on number 4 we had Delivery Boy. I said this is Nollywood action, so much action and so much fighting. It's actually a suicide bombing movie, just to give you a tip of the iceberg of what goes on with the Boko Haram. And then also we have Gold Statue. Gold Statue is a very interesting one. I love the thrill, I love the quest, I love the search, I love that people will do anything to get money. I don't know about you, but I don't think I would do that. But anyways, you know, just in case. And then we have Knockout. Knockout was a very exciting movie. It's also a quest for money too, you know, but this is a competition, and we had so many funny actors talking so much. I just loved the thrill of the movie, the excitement, and I loved all the laughs. It was just definitely a movie to sit down, watch, and laugh about. Alright, at number 1 we had 1929, a movie where Ireti Doyle and Shola Sobowale featured in, and they did their thing. It was a passionate movie talking about what the Aba riot women really went through in the hands of the colonial masters. Alright, so now we're moving to the top 5 movies for Hollywood. Now, if you've been following this year, we've had so many movies come out. Now, some of you may not like my list. That's why it's my top 5. So if you actually have the best movies you think came out this year in Hollywood and you love them, you can go to the comments section and comment on your top 5 best movies so far in 2019 for Hollywood. Alright, on my number 5 is none other. I've been talking about this movie every time I sing it. I'm not going to sing today, so I'm talking about Aladdin. Aladdin is a Disney movie. This movie, watching it in the theaters, I laughed. I was like, oh my god, they replicated so much. I love the part, especially when Aladdin came back to the town, and it was just so exciting. I was like, oh my god, everything from the dancing to Genie singing, everything just looked so much like the cartoon. It was just so exciting watching the movie, and then I like the twist they did at the end. They just made the story look so different. This is my number 5 favorite movie so far this year. I loved Aladdin. You may not like Aladdin, but I loved Aladdin. It was really, 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 really exciting watching it. Alright, my number 4 movie is none other than Shazam. Now, I watched Shazam and I'm like, okay, you know, it was a bit like Superman, but it was just funny having Zachary Levi do his thing, acting like a 15-year-old. Now, when I was watching this movie at first, I was like, oh my god, what would I do if I have superpowers? But now I'm older, so I probably have different choices. But then again, in this movie, you have Zachary Levi acting like a 15-year-old who gets superpowers. It was just exciting. I liked the beginning, how he was in search of his mother, coming into the family and just getting to learn about family. And then I liked the end, when everybody now had superpowers. I would love to have that. I want to have my childhood back. But anyways, this is an exciting movie, and I say it's my number 4 movie for Hollywood this year. Now, this list will change over time because there's so many more movies coming out very soon. It's just the first half of the year, so my list definitely can change. And on my number 3 movie, I have How to Train Your Dragon. Now, this is the 3rd part of this movie, and I just love the, every time you watch Hollywood movies, you see that there's so many twists and turns. Bluetooth has a partner, and then there's love story, and I'm like, are you serious? Watching the movie, I was just smiling, and I was just excited that this movie came out, and it was just so exciting. Now, that is my number 3 movie. Now, if you haven't still seen this movie, you can still get them. There's sites you can download them from. You can get them and watch them. This movie was definitely exciting. And on my number 2, now, the first time I asked someone, have you watched this movie? And the person was like, they should rate this movie PG-35 because it has so many action, so much action. I'm talking of none other than John Wick Parabellum, John Wick Part 3. We had Halle Berry. I loved her dogs. This movie was action back to back, as in there was never a dull moment in this movie. This movie was badass. Permit me to say that. It was just so wonderful watching the movie. It was I was so thrilled when I saw the part where the dogs were actually fighting. Oh my god, you really need to go and see this movie if you haven't seen it. Now, I put this as my number 2 best movie because I love every bit of the action that went back to back. Alright, and then I am down to my number 1. Now, before I go to my number 1, I'm going to talk about the top 4 movies so far. Now, on number 5, I talk about Aladdin. If you haven't seen Aladdin, you should try and go and see it. I think it's still showing in the cinemas. If it's not showing, try and get a download and watch it. Alright, on my number 4, I had Shazam. Say my name and all my powers will come upon you. I loved Shazam. And then on number 3, we had How to Train Your Dragon. And then on number 2, we had John Wick. My number 1 is a movie that is right now the highest grossing movie of all time. It has beat Titanic out of the list. Now, Titanic was there for like 2 decades now. We have had Titanic as a movie, as the top grossing movie of all the time. Now, for 2 decades now, it has been topping. But now, it was predicted that this movie would top and beat Titanic out of the chart. And it actually did. It is still selling and people anticipated it. I kept hearing Avengers Endgame. Yes, I'm talking about Avengers Endgame. Avengers Endgame is my number 1 movie so far this year. So far, it's the best movie of all time. Everybody's talking about it. Every scene, the throwback and present. At first I was like, oh my god, what's going on? And then we all know that Iron Man died, and it was very sad for many of us. But then I just still felt he died in a very heroic way, and I felt, okay, yeah, someone has to always sacrifice for all the others. I think that this movie is the best movie for 2019 so far. So good. Now, if you haven't seen Avengers Endgame, I mean, people have watched Avengers Endgame over and over and over again, so you can actually go and get the movie and watch it, because I enjoyed watching the movie. I love every beat of it, every trill. And then I know people say this part was overrated. I was so shocked when I saw the part where all the female superheroes came together and helped Spider-Man. It was just really funny, but it was actually worth watching. Alright, so that's my list for my top 5 Hollywood best movies so far this year. Like I said, this is not like a final list. This is just the first half of the year, and more movies definitely would still come up. Now, so far today we talked about the top 5 best Nollywood movies that have come out so far, and the top 5 best Hollywood movies that has come out so far. So I'll just go over the list again so that you get to know about it. And on Nollywood, I had She Is. Now, She Is a very wonderful movie. I have Delivery Boy, we had Gold Statue, we had Knockout, and on number 1 we had 1924. Now that's for Nollywood. For Hollywood we had Aladdin, we had Shazam, we had How to Train Your Dragon, John Wick, and our number 1 best-selling movie is none other than Avengers Endgame. Now, if you haven't seen any of these movies that I have called so far, it's something you should definitely go and see. Now, some of them are still showing in the cinemas. You can go to the cinema and watch them. If you haven't seen them. Now, if you need to watch them, then you can decide to get them online. Alright, so this is it for today on Popcorn. Next week we'll be talking about the next half of the year. Feel free to drop your comments, let us know what you think. Let me know your top 5 best 5 movies so far for both Nollywood and Hollywood. My name is Ejiro Omoigiade. TSLNigeria TV has amazing programs to come your way next time, same time next week. It's a bye for now.